Hey people, welcome to the Sunday afternoon live stream. It's a bit after 3. Took me a bit longer to get things going here than I planned, so sorry about the little wait. I was taking a long ride on the new Finch West LRT. The ride took a bit longer than I planned it to take, so after I got off the train here at Humber College Station, I had to get everything all ready to go, get my live stream all set up and all that sort of thing, because I'm going to be walking along line 6 going back the other way now. Hey Alan K. I don't even use a Presto card anymore. I just use my debit card. You can tap on and off with your debit or credit card now at all stations and on all transit vehicles. So I haven't touched my Presto card in like about a year or so, I think. And hello Vivian and Nadine, Sal Smith. Hello around Toronto. Leo Chung, what's up? One Hand Life of Arnold, Canada. That name barely fit onto my little screen here. Welcome to the channel, Craig O'Connor, Howard Charco, Lena Sandoval. What's up, Cam, Steven, and Sal. So I'm way up here in Etobicoke, Rexdale, the northern part of Etobicoke. This is Highway 27. I've never set foot in this part of Toronto before. What's up, Zach, Chowdhury, Jillian? So I'm gonna walk up to Finch Avenue, which is where the LRT runs. It takes a bit of a turn as it makes its way down here to Humber College from Finch Avenue, and it heads south to a trench where it terminates here at Humber Station, Humber College Station. But most of the LRT runs above ground along Finch Avenue, its own dedicated right-of-way. So we'll see how far I get. I don't know if I'll be able to walk all the way to Finch West Station. It will take a while, obviously, if I do. Here you can see where the line kind of goes down into the trench as it approaches Humber College Station. Hey, Sunjib, hello. Good afternoon, our Toronto. I saw your video about the Finch West LRT. Mark Ellen Holmes. Yeah, we'll see lots of trains as I walk along the route here. The Cypher. See any trains coming through here right now though. Oh, I think I hear one. No, it's a bus. Oh well, we'll see plenty of trains. And depending on how long this walk takes, I might hop on a train actually at some point while I'm streaming. I did just record a whole hour-long video though, riding the entire route. That's how long it took. Hey, Nav and Dat. Sapan is live. Oh, he was right down where I was just now. Hello, Carol. What's up, Pavel? Mark, Donkey, Harold G, Toronto Walker, hello ICP, no clue. What's my opinion? Well, the ride was alright, you know, smoother than the bus and all that, but the speeds were nothing to write home about. I've talked about that in the video I recorded. The trains are pretty nice. Lots of enthusiastic people who are on the train with cameras and that sort of thing. I'm up in the wilds of Rexdale right now. Hello, Hannah. Damon Washington, Mr. Majestic. Yeah, never before have I set foot in this part of the city. Okay, I see a train coming in, although we got this fencing here. Let's see it go by. We'll get a lot of unobstructed looks at the trains as I walk along Eglinton. This is the first glimpse in this live stream anyway. Kind of have to crawl slowly into the station here, as you can see. It's rainy in Istanbul. Hey, Kevin Hawthorne, hello. So that's it. They're the same trains that they use in Ottawa. The Alstom trains. The Ottawa O train. I made a video riding that one back on Canada Day. You might remember. I went to Ottawa for Canada Day. BG, I just rode the new line along its entire length, yeah. Now I'm walking back along the line, back the way I came. I'll probably hop on at some point. We'll see. There's that stretch where you have to walk over under Highway 400. I'm not sure about the walkability along that part, so maybe I'll hop on a train just to get through that section, and then we'll go back out again onto the street. Yeah, next time I'm in Montreal, I'll ride the REM. I did ride the Montreal Metro and made a video when I was there. All right, Finch. We made it to Finch. Hello, Elvin. Johnny did a stream also, okay. I wasn't sure if he was gonna just do a video or a stream or both. I guess he's doing the same thing I am. Hey, Total Tech. Food World. Never heard of that supermarket before. The things you see out here. Hey, Mike Landry, hello. It's cold again. I think it's just a bit below 0, -1, something like that. At least it's sunny. But wind chill, definite wind chill. Probably feels more like -7, -8, something like that. Got some snow on the ground. Looks like we got another centimeter or so overnight. It's been consistently below 0 the last like 5 days or so, so the snow has not had a chance to melt. Go to Stevenson. I'll walk past all the stops, I think. As I was saying, once I get close to Highway 400, I might hop on a train just to ride past that point, and then we'll get off again. It's free today, so I don't have to worry about tapping on or off or anything like that. Just hop on. Hey, Tavane. Yes, I am up in Northern Etobicoke, or Rexdale, as it's also called. Transit mobile scooter, $10. Here's for a warm drink from the roommate and you. Once again, thank you very kindly, Transit mobile scooter and your roommate. So here's one of the stations, Westmore. Cheers. Thank you very much for the super chat, and to your roommate as well. Enjoy the walk and the ride. Probably be a ride at some point. That's what the stations look like. Just more like what you see along the streetcar right-of-ways, you know? Just a bit more built up, a bit more infrastructure. The streetcars are pretty bare bones at their stations compared to these. But it's really just a stop, you know? Not so much an actual station, other than at Finch West and at Humber College. Those are the only two that look like real stations, I would say. So I'll be walking right past Jane and Finch. It's a little ways off though. Is that right, Carol? Yeah. In the 50s and into the 60s, right? This was mostly undeveloped. There we go, there's a train. Yeah, we got like good sidewalks and everything up here. Not a lot of people on them, but you know, they're here. Hey, honey badger.
Yeah.
Kiskadee Drive. That's a fun name. Hello, Bill Johnson. Hey, 200 viewers so far. I don't usually stream on Sunday afternoons unless there's a special reason. Last time was for the Santa Claus parade, obviously, but most of the time I'm not streaming in the afternoon. I'm more of an evening streamer. Is it as slow as walking? I wouldn't say it's as slow as walking. It's much faster than walking, but it's about the same speed maybe as the bus that it replaced, you know, maybe even a bit slower according to some, but that remains to be seen. This is just opening day, so things aren't running quite at full speed yet, I don't think. I think they're going to sort of ease up to getting things going at full speed over the next little while. But if I walked from Finch West Station, which I'm doing now in reverse, what was an hour ride on the LRT is probably going to be at least a 2 to 3 hour walk, right? So it's definitely a lot slower to walk. Oh, the joke was that I am walking. Well, yeah, I chose to walk, that's why. Just because when I live stream, you know, I like to stream for 2 to 3 hours, so I figure that's about how long it'll take to walk back the same way. The line, it goes from Finch West subway station along Finch Avenue all the way to Humber College. Just kind of just one long straight line along Finch for the most part, then it veers off Finch to go down to Humber College at the very end of the line. It's about 10.5 kilometers long, I think, with 18 stations or stops. I talk about all that in the video I just recorded, which will be coming up on the channel soon. And I'll be on the train for that entire video. Hey, Maycock Janet. Glenn Moran, hello. I think there's enough stops, really. I think more stops would probably slow it down even more. Yeah, everything is more spread out here in these parts of the city. This is northwestern Toronto, like way up in the northwestern corner of the city. Not too far from the city boundary, really. Along Steeles Avenue, just to the north of here. What's up, SRCX? Am I going to walk for the entire Line 6? Well, that's the plan, to walk most of the way back. I am going to hop on at one point, a little later on. A film mission. I'm not going to live stream the entire ride back that I just recorded a video recording. There's Martin Grove Station. Shannon Baker, hello. Hello, Tiana. Martin Grove Road here, one of the main thoroughfares going north-south. Hello, Kenzo. Famous Master, welcome. Hello, Tony. It was annoying to have to wait at all the red lights when I was riding the train on the way over here. See my shadow? Hey, hello. I'm walking home. I'm not, no donkey. Once I get to Finch West Station, I can hop on the subway. Hey, Mammy True. We're up in the wilds of Rexdale. Got a bend in the road here. Most of the line is just a straight line until here where it takes a big turn. See all the townhouses and whatnot, high-rise apartment buildings, sort of what characterizes Rexdale in a lot of people's minds. And just lots of windy sort of cul-de-sac type streets with post-war bungalows and that sort of thing. I think I can avoid paying another fare to take the subway home if I get back on the LRT one station below or before Finch West Station, and then just ride it right into the station. Then you can just transfer, I think, from one to the other, and I shouldn't have to pay another fare, I don't think. It's free transfer from one line to another, right? Because line 6 is free today, but the rest of the subway system is not free today, so hopefully I can avoid having to pay another fare. We'll be walking through Jane Finch later. It still has a reputation, but the intersection of Jane and Finch itself just seems like any other intersection in these outer parts of the city, really. There's nothing that different looking about it. I think you have to go into the complexes sort of surrounding the area. All the walkways connecting all the townhouses and apartment buildings and that sort of thing. I think that's where stuff tends to happen. Not so much right out on Finch or on Jane. Albion Station. If I were to walk downtown from here, it would probably take me like 4 hours or more, 4 or 5 hours. Hey Scott, I guess this is the first true LRT line, yeah. I mean, you could argue that some of the streetcars are basically the same thing, like along St. Clair or along Queens Quay, but there are some differences. The vehicles are a bit different. The stations are a bit different, not as built up as these ones are. Hey, Picard. Engage the LRT. Hello, Carmageddon. Ding, ding, ding. All hands abandon ship. All hands. Just walking along Finch Avenue. Oh, nice long walk to get to my destination. And then I have a long subway ride home. About like over half an hour subway ride to get back downtown once I get to Finch West Station. Am I speed walking? Maybe a little, not so much, not too much. Hey, Sergio, hello. I don't know. I think I like these trains better than the ones that will be running on line 5. But I guess I have yet to really find out once I ride one of those ones. You're on the train that just passed me. Hey, hello. I'm waving. Hope you enjoy the ride. Yeah, they're built by Alstom in Brampton, though, not in Thunder Bay. Just in Brampton, basically right next door to where we are. Yeah, look, it's a flock of geese. There's the Albion Mall over here. This is a mall I've never been to. I'm not sure how it's doing these days, if it's sort of like a dead mall or if it's still got some life to it. But maybe I'll come and do a video here sometime now that I can ride the train. I could have done it before taking the bus, but that always just seemed like a pain in the ass. Taking a bumpy, long bus ride. Is it a good mall? Maybe I'll check it out then. It does have a movie theater that plays Bollywood movies, I can see. '23 Division of Toronto Police. I was going to do this stream later, but then I thought I'd be walking along through here in the dark, and I thought that probably won't be so good to walk along these far-flung stretches of Finch Avenue in the dark where you can't see anything, can't see the trains that well. So I thought maybe I'd better come earlier and do it while we still have some daylight. Also recording my video, I wanted to make sure it was daylight. Yeah, it's more geese. Hey, Isabel Alive from Wallaceburg. I guess it's called the Albion Center, not the Albion Mall, but I've only ever heard it referred to as the Albion Mall. What's up, Eddie Clark? KT. Yvonne Atherton, hello. The ride was okay, YouTube. A bit slow, took a bit longer than I thought it would take. Hopefully over time the trains will speed up a bit. Hey Danube, 1090 Rial. Thank you, Danube. Cheers to all the support. Thanks for checking out the stream today. Much appreciated, Danube. Cheers. All right, Kipling. Big intersections up here in these parts. think it's just about -1 or something. Colder with the wind chill. Mount Olive Station. That was a horse farm, was it? Huh. I have some like books about Toronto's development that have lots of aerial photographs from like the 1940s and 50s, and then from the 1960s and 70s. And yeah, it's kind of cool how at one time Steeles Avenue was the dividing line between a built-up neighborhood and farmland. Some of those photos you can see, there were high-rise buildings, high-rise apartments built right up to Steeles Avenue, say near Bathurst Street, and then directly across Steeles Avenue to the north it was just farm fields across the street from a cluster of high-rise apartment buildings. The northern boundary of the old metropolitan Toronto municipality. Must have been weird back in the day for those people living in those high-rise apartments to look out their window or step out on their balcony and just look down at farmers' fields across the street. There's a little pedestrian overpass here. Look at that, you can see Vaughan Metropolitan Center. That skyline you see there, that's around the Vaughan Metropolitan Center subway station in Vaughan, which is a suburb just north of Toronto, north of Steeles. Looks like a big city in its own right, just looking at the skyline. Of course, once you're there walking around where all those tall buildings are, there's hardly anything, just open spaces, windswept plazas and that sort of thing. It has a long way to go before it feels like a downtown area, but that's the goal. They're trying to build up a city center for Vaughan, kind of like what they did at Mississauga around Square One. Hello, Lot V. Yeah, that's true. In those suburban areas, you can still find farmers' fields across the street from tall condos and that sort of thing. You have to go way out to the edge of the built-up area, way beyond Toronto city limits though. And if you look at old pictures of Square One from the early 1970s, when the mall was pretty new, it was basically surrounded by nothing also. Just wide open spaces with this mall sitting there, surrounded by fields with a few buildings here and there. Is it warm? I wouldn't say it's warm. It's not super duper cold though. Just a bit below freezing. The wind isn't too bad at the moment. Hey, Alan K, a $2 super chat just because. Thank you, Alan. That's as good a reason as any. Cheers, Alan K. It's kind of a long, boring stretch here, man. There's really nothing to look at. You got like a sound barrier fence here. Got like no buildings on the street itself here, just off in the distance. Don't even have a LRT to look at. Not in service. I've seen a lot of buses going along here that say not in service. Yeah, for sure, Sal, for sure. And I think in the next few weeks, Line 5 will be opening, so that'll be another thing to look forward to. Yeah, I see your point, Colleen. The stations aren't very far apart though. Although if you have a walker, obviously that'll be a whole different perception, right? Line 5 is totally ready to go now, yeah. Everything's done. They've done all the testing. They did the month-long test to make sure everything is running smoothly without passengers. They transferred operation over to the TTC from Metrolinx. So it's all ready to go. Hello. Hey, Richard, yep. It's coming up. We'll cross from Etobicoke into North York. Hello, Annetta. Cheers, Isabel. This is the first for me walking along this part of Finch. I've walked along Finch between Jane and Keel before, though, in a video and a live stream. Never along this part, though. Thank you, Anetta Vickies, for the $1 super chat. Much appreciated. Cheers to the support, Anetta. Thank you. Another station. Line 6 changed my life. That's a no. I mean, I'll probably never ride it much other than today. It's nice to know it's here, though. Hello, El Mencho. I could do that, but that would make the live stream a lot shorter. I kind of planned it this way so I'd have a regular length live stream. Like I usually stream for 2.5, 3 hours when I do my streams, so I figured this would be about the same length if I were to walk this route, right? I might hop on a train, as I said, up ahead though, just to get past the part where we go under Highway 400. There's Roundtree Mills. Jane and Finch is perfectly fine as far as I'm concerned. Just walking through the area. I don't think there's any reason to think it's any different than any other intersection. Just as someone passing through. You wouldn't even know it's supposed to be a rough area if you're just walking through the intersection of Jane and Finch. Whereas at Dundas and Sherbourne, which is near where I live, you definitely know that it's bad when you're just walking through. You just see everything all around you, like, holy cow, this is sketch central here, but Jane and Finch, you don't get that feeling at all. It's just regular activity. Hello, hey, how you doing? I've never done a full Toronto Island walk, no. I did a video taking the ferry to the island though, in the summer. That was more of a ferry video, just to check out the skyline views. We're going over the river. It looks cold and frozen. Should enter the octagon. Walking for an hour now already. Just coming into North York now, leaving Etobicoke. Sure thing, Total Tech. Well, I'm glad you find this to be fun. This is just reminding me why I don't do too many videos or streams in these parts of the city. I mean, compared to the older parts close to downtown and around, you know? Pretty dull when you're walking around through these areas. My longest walk, you mean as in a live stream that I've done on the channel? Probably like about 4.5 hours. Four hours and 20 minutes, I think. I don't think anyone would want to steal my 5-year-old Samsung Galaxy S20 FE. 11 kilometers, 18 new stations. Of course, things do happen in some neighborhoods. It's not all hype or whatever, but a lot of it is hype though. Right? It's not as bad as people like to imagine it is. Especially if you're not involved in any crime activity, gangs and that sort of thing. If you don't have a part in that world, you probably have nothing to worry about. Isabella Alive, $2 just because of the outskirts. Thank you very much. Glad you're enjoying everything so much. From Wallaceburg, thank you for the super chat. And Sal Smith also, another $2 for the burbs. Cheers to both of you. Thank you, much appreciated. The support is awesome. Hardwick Boulevard. So if you're just joining the stream, I am walking along Finch Avenue along the route of the new Finch West LRT. I rode the train all the way from Finch West Station to Humber College at the other end of the line. That took about an hour. I recorded a video on the train riding it the whole way. But I thought after that video I'd live stream my walk back, which is what we're doing right now. And at some point up ahead I'll hop on a train just for a little bit, just we'll get a look on one of the trains. But then I'll hop back off again and continue the walk. Hey, Van Gambler. But if you are new to the channel, welcome. Be sure to hit the subscribe. Once you subscribe, you're able to come and join the chat if you'd like. Hit all the buttons basically. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. I'm hoping to hit 30K subs in the next, I don't know, couple of weeks, maybe sooner. Richard Holst, a $2 super chat. Thank you, Richard. Cheers, Richard. The support is much appreciated. And hello, Bestest Times Reborn. And another super chat. Damon Washington. Thanks for the walk, Ken. It is dry up there. Thank you, Damon Washington. You could say that. It is a bit dry. Thank you very kindly, Damon. Much appreciated. Got nice blue sky over this way. And dark clouds on this side. Holy crikey. Subway shuttle bus right there. Used to walk this area as broke teenagers. Yeah, we used to have trolley buses here also. I think they ran up until about the 1990s when they were all decommissioned. I remember seeing them back in those days. And some other cities still have them running. Vancouver still uses trolley buses. Nadine, I'm not sure if I'll go to either. Dark clouds are moving over here, kind of making things look a bit more gloomy now. Maybe it'll start snowing on me. Not in service. Duncanwood Station. Not seeing a heck of a lot of other pedestrians, are we? Once you're around Jane and Finch, though, there are a surprising number of pedestrians on the sidewalks around that area. There's like 2 malls across the street from one another, all sorts of high-rise apartment buildings all around there. So it's pretty high population density. It's not too cold, Annetta. I am wearing my heavier winter coat. I probably don't really need to be wearing this, but I figured better to be safe than sorry. I'm sure if I just had my lighter coat with my hoodie on underneath and my flannel shirt underneath that, I probably would have been just fine. I probably don't need this hat either. You're cold, are you, Marsons? Kind of not too far from the airport right now, so you see a lot of this sort of thing. Cell phone repair, TVs, accessories, laptops, cameras, Jamaica House restaurant, Turkish barber. I'm sure you can get a haircut there whether or not you're Turkish though, right? I would imagine. Yeah, I'm sure there'll be lots of fare evasion, just as there is on every other part of the system. African chop bar. The plazas in these parts of the city are pretty interesting, the mix of businesses they have. Hey, William Elliott, hello. Starting to look dark already. Hey, snow. Just as I predicted, some snow is coming down. Those dark clouds. They look like the type that would dump some snow on me. Hello, that Canadian girl, eh? How's it going, eh? Rick Douglas, welcome to the stream. We're approaching Jane and Finch. Well, it's still a ways off. I can see it though. I can see the Palisades apartment building off in the distance there. We won't be there for a while though. It's a tall building, you can see it from far away. Hey, Felicity. I'm on Finch Avenue, Felicity. SOB's knees. would like to sleep. Seems like it's been a while. Maybe you're getting some good sleep. B&T Plaza. Yeah, it was pretty good, Felicity. I rode the train all the way along its entire length, basically, recording a video of my entire ride, so that'll be coming up on the channel. Now I'm just walking back the other way, basically, the way that I rode. But we'll hop on a train up ahead, just for like a few minutes. If you get the chance, I'd say it's worthwhile to come and check it out. Hello, Lorraine McLean. You can see Highway 400 up ahead. So the stop right before Highway 400, I'll hop on the train there. Because it looks like a pain in the ass as a pedestrian to walk under or over the highway. Randy C, yeah, brings back some memories. Yeah, I've never walked through this area before, ever, actually. This is a first for me. I was going to record another video, but the train ride video I recorded was over an hour long, and it used up all the battery on my camera, so I don't even have enough juice left in my camera to record another video, even if I wanted to. Oh well. I didn't bring my little battery handle. I should have, but oh well. Guess just one video is all I'm gonna record today. Hey, we cracked 300 viewers. Took a while, but we finally did it. Although it just went down below again. But cheers, everyone. I think a lot of my regular viewers don't expect me to be streaming this early, which is understandable because I hardly ever do. I'm not sure, Richard. I don't think I'll be making it to North Bay before the year is over. So I'm not sure when my next visit there will be. The little red dot, yeah, it does help. If I consider walking across Canada, I would say no. I haven't actually considered that. No. No. Hey, Randy. Oh, this is the same Randy. I thought it was the other Randy who popped in there for a second. Check out these slab apartments. These are like ultimate Toronto style slab apartment buildings. Commie blocks, as they're sometimes called. These sprung up like mushrooms all over the city in the 1960s and 70s. There's about 1,000 or more of buildings like this around the city, believe it or not. Not all of them are this tall though. Some are only half as tall or even shorter, but a lot of them are tall like these ones. Yeah, the whole Greater Toronto area has buildings like this scattered all over the place. But the units in these old buildings are actually pretty big and spacious, you know? And the buildings are solidly built with thick concrete walls and floor plates. So when you're in one of those units, you don't hear anything from your neighbors, right? It's like pretty soundproof. But a lot of these buildings are so old now that they have a lot of problems. They get pretty run down over the decades. A lot of them have a lot of pest issues and that sort of thing. All depends on who owns them and how well they take care of them. Some are hellholes to live in and some are decent places to live. It just all depends on the building. Most of them are rental apartments. A lot of them are market rentals, but a lot of them are also public housing. And some of them are troubled with gang activity in certain neighborhoods. Some of those buildings are considered to be kind of no-go zones for people sometimes, depending on the situation. Yeah, very slabby. They just look like a big slab of concrete. Here's a Turkish bakery. We had a Turkish barber shop and now we have a Turkish bakery. We're still not at Jane and Finch. That's still a little ways up ahead. Does North Bay? Well, North Bay is just a regular range of apartments, like probably pretty similar to in the Sioux, Tiana. It has lots of old houses that are divided up into apartments. More modern apartments. It has some high-rise apartments. Also, not like as tall as these ones, but you know, like 10 stories or so. Lots of old 1970s high-rise apartments scattered around town. Lots of townhouses and that sort of thing. Alright, now is there another station between here and Highway 400? I'm not sure if this is where I should get on the train. Maybe I will get on the train here. I'm not sure if there's another station I can hop on before we get to Highway 400. Hey, hello Derek. There's no train coming right now, but well, that one's going the other way. I guess I have to get on the other platform. You have to get on the other platform on the other side. Okay. I literally have a green light still, but you know, people tend to be asshole drivers when you get out in these parts of town also. Much more so than in downtown. So is there one more station after this one? Before Highway 400? Oh well, no matter, we'll get on here. Oh, so there is one more. Oh well. So we'll take a bit of a longer ride then on the train. I'll get off at the first station after we pass Highway 400. I think a lot of people were expecting me to be riding the train during this stream, so so we'll get to do that at least, right? I just didn't want to do the same thing during the stream that I just did in the video I recorded right before the stream. Otherwise, what would be the point of even posting the video? Hey Sammy, hello. So now we're waiting for the train. Does it tell you how long? On the subway it tells you how long you have to wait. I don't see any sign of that here. Hello, Ken Lan and Wayne McKay. Hey, 330 people watching now. Welcome everyone to the stream. We're going to be hopping on one of the LRTs here, just for a few stops, and then I'll get out and walk again. Hello, Johnny Be Good, Daniel, and it's free, if I haven't mentioned that in a while. Free of charge today. Every time I see your name, Johnny Be Good, I just start visualizing the scene in Back to the Future where Marty is playing at the school dance. It just starts playing in my head. Hey, Jaffo, hello.
Oh, a 6 what? Look. I think it's a shuttle bus. These buses were putting the trains up from now. So people have been waiting for this van.
Hello, Rob. How you doing? You're busy? Well, I'm glad you could hop into the stream. Too bad the timing wasn't better, so that I could just walk onto the platform and then a train will just be rolling right up. But this is more realistic, I guess. More of what you can expect. Hello, BG. This is a new line that just opened today, Rob. Line 6. Way up on Finch Avenue, kind of in the northern expanse of the city. Far, far from downtown. We're in North York right now. Yeah, I think they're going to ramp up the frequency also later on. I think for opening day and soon after, the frequency will be a bit worse than it will be later on. I think the trains are running slower. The frequency is also not as good on opening day, but it'll improve over time. I think that's the plan anyway. That guy tapped on. You don't even have to tap on. It's free today. Oh well. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm impressed, but I'm not like gonna bash it either. I don't know, it's pretty much what I expected it to be, especially on opening day. I kind of expected things to be as they are, so I'm just kind of like, yeah, this is pretty much what I figured. Hey, old rut gut. Let's hope not dark fusion. Let's hope not. I'm sure there'll be some issues at some point. There always are eventually, right? But hopefully nothing major. They just didn't want to repeat what happened with the Ottawa O train when they opened their system. It was plagued with issues for about a year after it opened, with shutdowns, long-term shutdowns and that sort of thing. It's a huge debacle, right? They didn't want to repeat that here, and that's part of the reason why it's taken so damn long for them to get these lines open, especially the other line, line 5.
Do you want to see?
Because these are the same trains that they run on the Ottawa O train. Same ones. But the Ottawa O train is completely grade separated. It doesn't stop at red lights and that sort of thing like you have on here. It's more like the underground part of line 5. It has big elaborate stations. Runs along its own right of way without any unnecessary stops. Hey, Sam Ronald, hello. Appetite Control Force. Well, hopefully not. I think that's what they're trying to avoid, right? They've been extra extra careful getting this line up and running here. Maybe a bit too careful, some would say. Yeah, the color is a bit drab, right? I guess they're kind of sticking to the sort of drab appearance of the subways, which are just kind of a basic sort of gray metal look to them. Stainless steel sort of look, corrugated metal on the older trains. They didn't want to make these red and white like the streetcars because I think they wanted to distinguish these as being not part of the streetcar system. These are considered part of the subway system. So they had to go with the same color scheme. But here comes the train. It was like 10-minute wait or so. Felt like about 10 minutes. Maybe a bit more. It's pretty packed. That's also why I didn't want to live stream the whole ride, because live streaming in a crowded environment is not optimal, you know? It's different when I have a small camera. Hello. Hey, how are you doing?
Good, and you?
Good.
You streaming or?
I'm streaming, yeah.
Cool.
Hey, Lizzo. It's
Hello.
Lizzo, everyone. Too close, yeah, we're too close. Too close to zoom in on Lizzo's face like that.
But that, yeah, there's more space here than where you're going to get on.
Yeah, I'm just riding it for a few stops.
Oh, yeah?
Just to show the viewers and then I'm going to hop off again. Yeah. I did a video already.
Yeah, me too.
Riding the whole thing, like
Yeah.
pre-recorded video. So yeah, you too.
The one that I got on, no, they had to do a short turn already.
Oh really?
So
Already?
I didn't get to go to the end.
The first short turn of line 6. Wow.
Everyone saying hi.
Hello everyone.
I'm like, there's Ken.
Yeah.
Don't squeeze over there. Come here. There's no space.
So yeah, it's very crowded on here, as you can see. Yeah.
I was out. I think I got on at 1 p.m. It was pretty good.
Oh wow.
What time did you get?
2.
2. Oh.
2. Yeah. Yeah, I think probably every YouTuber streamer in town was doing this today. Yeah.
And it was. It opened at 7 a.m.
Yeah, I wasn't going to get up at that time. Screw that. So it was hard enough for me to get up at 12 just to start recording at 2. Jeez. I'm a night owl. I stay up very late. So.
Hello, Bruce. Welcome, Bruce.
But yeah, it's been a long time since we've run into one another. Yeah, a long time.
I saw Johnny.
Yeah, he was here a while ago, right?
And
Yeah.
Liam.
Okay, cool. Sapand also was out here today.
I think I saw Alex.
Yeah.
Like on one of the stops. But I don't. Yeah. This is not an area I come out to.
Me neither.
Where am I?
This is out of my usual range here.
Right.
Yeah. Usually Eglinton is about as far north as I go, you know, for my videos and streams. Sometimes I'll do North York Center, just along that stretch,
Oh, okay.
just because
I don't think
it's interesting there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay, Bear. No worries, Bear. It's cold out there.
Yeah.
I've been indoors all this time and like, it's cold. It's a cold one.
Yeah, I can't really get a good look at inside the train just because it's so crowded. But you'll see a lot more in my video of what the trains look like on the inside and all that.
Yeah, I got some good clips.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't do like a straight recording. It has to be.
Oh, you clip, yeah. I just did one hour-long video, just riding the whole thing, yeah.
No, then I got chatting with people.
Right. All right, so here's Highway 400.
I would never know.
I wasn't even sure as a pedestrian how you would walk across the highway, like where the sidewalk goes and all that. So that's kind of why I wanted to hop on the train, just to get past the highway and then hop off again. Yeah. Because the sidewalk veers over there, and I don't know where it even goes, you know.
A pedestrian bridge would be nice.
Maybe there is, or something, like a tunnel or a bridge or something, I don't know. Doesn't go here anyway. Alright, so I'm going to get off at the next stop.
Alright.
Yeah.
And then what? You're gonna
Just walk the rest of the way to Finch West Station.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll do that in the summer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Randy's saying hi to you.
Hello, Randy. Which Randy is that? Randy Ruck?
Rock.
Okay, yeah.
Potty mouth.
I have another Randy in here.
Do you give your viewers nicknames? Randy, I give him potty mouth.
Potty mouth? I don't know.
Does he behave
Maybe
on
once
your
or
stream?
twice. He's not so much of a potty mouth in my streams. Not that I've noticed.
I
Yeah.
made him a curse jar, so
Oh,
every curse
oh.
he has to donate me money.
So it's all part of the fun for
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Do you have Carl Roth in your?
Yes.
Yeah, I call him. He's the fart guy. Yeah. Okay, yeah. So we do have that in common. Okay, yeah.
Make him a t-shirt.
I think he's the only one that I have a little nickname for.
Fart fetish
The fart guy. Yeah. Yeah.
The fart fetish guy. Oh, now I set my Nightbot.
Yeah, I don't even have the Nightbot.
No, I set with all the curse words.
Oh, okay.
So they get timed out, and there's a little message. So Nightbot will scold him.
Maybe I should have a Nightbot for that. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of lightens up the
Yeah.
When it first happened to Randy, it was belly laughter. I'm like, oh, it is working.
Sounds like you got a good thing going there. I think. Yeah.
It was so much fun. I was like, he couldn't get out. He kept trying to curse and curse, and he kept getting timed out. It was,
yeah.
Yeah. I was like, okay, Liz.
Come on.
I'm sure we share a lot of characters. Yeah. Some of them I'd rather not even say what they're known for because I'd rather not even talk about it, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah.
Richard. Hello, Richard.
Most people are a pleasure, though, to have in the chat. You know, there's just a few not so pleasurable people who pop in every once in a while. Yeah, as you know. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna hop off here.
Well, nice chatting with you.
You too.
See you.
I'll run into you hopefully before, too long again. All right. So that was Lizzo. Out and about with yours truly, Lizzo C. And that's her channel. We'll just watch the train pull away here. Hey, Maxim, hello. You're just plain old donkey balls, donkey. All right. I'll let this car go. Go ahead. So that was a little ride on the train. Turned out to be a pretty fun little ride, short and fun. But yeah, way too crowded to actually move around, show you anything on the train, unfortunately. It wasn't nearly that crowded when I recorded my video. I think a lot of people were waiting for some reason until later to take a ride. Or maybe just a lot of people are just using it right now also as transportation, as they should be, right? Not just gawkers like me. It's just the busy time, I think, where people are just using transit. Oh, have a good night, Vivian. Enjoy your dinner. Thanks for checking out the stream for a while and moderating. Hey, Fast Rick. Starting to get dark. Guess I can take off my shades here. We're approaching Jane and Finch. The valley. Thank you very much. Hopefully I'm pronouncing your name correctly there. I don't know if it's just Dave or Diwali. So now a little live stream walk through Jane and Finch. It's been a few years since I streamed through this part of town. For all of you who have heard of the infamous Jane and Finch, I think you'll be a bit underwhelmed by what it actually looks like as we walk through here. TTC action on the subway. We're at Keel and Finch. Yeah, I'll be there a bit later on. So I'll probably end the stream at Sentinel Station, which is one station before Finch West Station, just so I can hop on the train and ride it right into the station and make a free transfer onto line 1. That's my plan, right? Just to avoid paying another fare riding line 1 again back downtown. Henry's taken a leave of absence, I think. For the time being. Alright, Jane and Finch in all its glory here. Got the York Gate Mall on that side of the street. I've walked through there before while I was live streaming, actually. And on this side, up ahead, is the Jane Finch Mall. Just on the other corner up ahead. And I've walked through there also. They're both sort of old school malls. But both malls are still pretty busy. As I mentioned, there's just so many people living in all the high-rise apartments around here. It's a densely populated neighborhood. And lots of townhouse complexes also. All around here, basically. So a lot of people just out and about all the time in the area, so the malls are pretty busy. So here's Jane and Finch. This is the intersection right here. It's in Jane Street. There's the Jane Finch Mall over there. Let's not be disparaging another streamer, another YouTuber in the chat. I don't like to see people putting down other people. And no disparaging Basset Hounds either in the chat. That's an official chat rule now. They are the finest breed ever to exist. No Basset Hound bashing allowed. Did it used to have a Wolco? That's old school. There's the mall. Here's a little story. When I was 12 years old, I got caught shoplifting Hot Wheels cars at Wolco in North Bay. That's right, me and my friend were being little badasses. We went to the Wolco at the Northgate Square Mall in North Bay when I was 12, and we thought we'd steal some Hot Wheels cars. I don't know why we thought we should do that, but we did, and then we got caught. I didn't get any real punishment other than a stern talking to, and they called the cops to come and drive us home basically from the store and give us another stern talking to. But that was pretty much it. There was no like charges or anything like that. They just wanted to put the scare into us, I guess, you know. I didn't cry or anything. I was just sort of sitting there in silence. But my friend who I was with was bawling his eyes out. So it definitely put the scare into him. I admit, when I was a kid, I got up to some hijinks, you know. I was doing a lot of things I probably shouldn't be doing. From about the age of 10 to 15, I think, those were my little badass days. There's a McDonald's. So yeah, Jane and Finch. This is it, people. I don't know what you're expecting, but This is what it's actually like. There's Driftwood Avenue. You might hear on the news about things happening on Driftwood quite a bit also, more so than at Jane and Finch itself. It's the neighborhoods along the windy streets around Jane and Finch where things tend to go down, if they go down. You stole a fishing lure? Yeah, I don't think I ever stole anything from the Kmart in North Bay. Boss, the train. Hey, Carl Roth. Welcome to the stream. This is the Fart West LRT. Something coming up behind me. I guess the bike lane there is not in optimal condition right now for him. Just a painted line, really, but hey, rub one out, Rosie. Hello. See, my gimbal is starting to lose its battery again. Just over 2 hours. Seems to be all it can handle in the sub-zero temperatures. But thanks everyone. once again for watching me stream this long ass walk along Finch Avenue with a bit of a ride we just took earlier. Hopefully you'll watch my next stream in a few days' time. I'm not ending this stream now, I'm just sort of doing a little pitch here for the channel, I guess. Like, share, subscribe, hit all the buttons, do all the things. No, I'm not freezing, it's not too bad. I'm gonna walk for a little ways longer here along Finch. Tobermory Station. Chuck Diamond has been a Metropolis dweller for 26 months. Holy moly. Thanks Alan K for letting me know. I'm not sure if Chuck is in the chat though tonight or at the moment, but cheers to Chuck Diamond for over 2 years of channel membership at Metropolis Dweller tier level. That's the higher level. I have 2 tiers, City Dweller and Metropolis Dweller. Here's a public library branch. Kind of a nice building, actually. Do I see myself living in this area of the city? That's a big no. No way, man. I like old, dense, walkable areas, basically anywhere in old Toronto or close to downtown. Or even some areas of York or East York are pretty good. But most of North York, Scarborough, Etobicoke, totally not my cup of tea. I just like to have everything within a quick walk, you know? All kinds of shops and restaurants. Where I live right now, I have like about 10 grocery stores within a 15-minute walk of my apartment. Is that right, Sam? You can 3D print. That's cool. I mean, if you live right at Jane and Finch, you have those 2 malls there and lots of little shops and a few plazas. So I guess you'd have a lot of stuff close by if you live right around the intersection. But it's not even close to the amount of stuff I have in all of downtown, really. You know, that's within an easy walk of where I live. Why am I doing this? Because this is what I do. This is what my channel is all about. I walk around Toronto. I ride transit around Toronto. And today's opening day of this line, so that's why I'm here today. Normally I walk around closer to downtown. You want to live close to a toilet paper factory. I think there's one on Weston Road. Maybe you'd like to live in the Weston neighborhood, Carl. Or Mount Dennis. Line 5 will go right to Mount Dennis, at Mount Dennis Station there. Yeah, it looks like he's waiting for something. I don't know if he's waiting for a bus that's not coming or... There's still some buses running along here, I've noticed though. Some shuttle buses were running along here. Although, I don't know why you wouldn't just hop on the LRT if you're going either way. Does this count as a snow walk? I don't know. There's snow on the ground, but I think we'd have to have some snow falling down to label it a true snow walk. We had a few flakes earlier, but it didn't really amount to much, and then it stopped. Hey, Scott, who built the Finch Light Rail Transit Metro links. There's a funky looking church. Nice stained glass there. There's a neat design. Hey, it's Sentinel. So this is the second last station before Finch West. Have I ever owned a car? Nope, I have not. Just never had a need for one. Well, maybe I'll just walk the rest of the way to Finch West Station. Since it's free, I can walk through the fare gates to get to the platform of line 6 here, but then from there I should be able to also transfer to line 1. Hopefully for free. I guess I'll find out. I don't think it matters whether I ride the train into the station or walk into the station. We'll keep it going just a bit longer. Get us to the last station on the line. Also, I'll have a warm place to take apart my streaming gear here inside the station. And my hands won't freeze while I'm putting everything away. My gimbal is in the red, but it's still keeping things steady for now. Corey, yeah, I mentioned just earlier that I have like 10 grocery stores within a quick walk of my building, so whenever I'm passing by a grocery store, maybe after a stream or after I record some videos, I just stop in, grab what I need, and just walk home. Usually I just need one bag of groceries to last me a couple days or whatever, then I do it again the next time. That's how everyone who lives downtown does their grocery shopping for the most part. A lot of the grocery stores downtown don't even have any parking or anything. Kind of got a quiet moment here. No cars, no nothing. Or one car. In the wilds of North York. We were in the wilds of Etobicoke earlier. Or Rexdale, more specifically. That bus was full of people. This one's not so full of people. It's a special. A gimbal is good for 2 hours. Only when it's really cold. When it's warm, my gimbal can last for 4 hours, so literally twice as long. I'll just disregard the rest of that comment though. Alright, we're almost there. Turns out this is going to be about the same length as most of my other streams. 2.5 hours is my usual streaming length for some reason, and this walk turned out to be about the same. That's where the train goes underground. When it enters Finch West Station, it goes underground into a proper looking station, since it intersects with line 1 there. So it's a big complex station there, where you transfer from one line to the other line. I showed that in my video I recorded before my stream, so you'll see what that all looks like. It's like you have to go upstairs, then you go down, then you go back up again. Your Majesty, usually I don't eat or drink anything before I do a long live stream. That way I won't have to stop and take a bathroom break, because that's always a bit awkward when you're live streaming, right? So I literally haven't had anything to eat or drink yet at all today, because I woke up at noon. I stay up late. I stay up till like 4 a.m. usually. I woke up at noon. I just got ready, showered, yada yada, and I was out the door at 12:45. So I didn't have anything to eat or drink, and I probably won't until I get home in another hour or so. My gimbal is dying now. It's starting to wobble. Here we are. We're at Keel and Finch. Okay, gimbal, just give me another minute, gimbal, just so I can wrap it up. There's the station. I'll be entering right there. Holy moly. But yeah, I'm going to start to wrap up the stream. And I'm going to hop on the train and head back downtown. So thanks everyone for joining me for this special stream. on the opening day of Line 6, the Finch West LRT. It's a nice long walk along Finch Avenue with a bit of a train ride, at least at one point. A fun little short train ride, I thought. So hope you all enjoyed. I had a good time. My next stream will be in a few days, probably back downtown. So hope to see you then back in the chat. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, yada yada, you know the drill. And I'll be premiering a pre-recorded video tomorrow on the channel around 7:15 in the evening or thereabouts. I have to hold my phone steady here. So there'll be a live chat during the premiere. The premiere itself is a pre-recorded video though. But I'll be in the chat. So hope to see you there for that too. So thanks to everyone once again for joining me. Thanks to the mods, Vivian and Alan K. Cheers for your good work. Thanks to all those who sent support with the super chats and super stickers or any PayPal donations I might not have seen yet. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. And thank you to all the channel members as well. And it's time to go back downtown to Ken Continuum land. So cheers once again. Thank you everyone. Until next time, I will continue. It's wobbly. All right, thanks everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Let me give my gimbal a break here. All right, have a good night everyone. And come and take a ride on the train if you found this fun and interesting. All right, later.